So, are you ready to talk about love?
Always ready for that.
Okay, good. Well, on today's deep dive, we are on a quest for love.
A quest. Sounds exciting.
It is. We're tackling the age-old question. Which city is the city of love? The ultimate one.
Ah, a question that sparked debates and dreams for ages.
Exactly. And we've got some serious contenders lined up. I'm talking Paris, Venice, Kyoto, Buenos
A
Aires.
very diverse group.
Yeah, and we've even got a few bonus cities up our sleeve.
Oh, intrigue. I'm hooked already.
What we're going to do is we're going to break down what each city brings to the table, romantically speaking. Whether you're looking for classic romance or something more peaceful and intimate, maybe passionate energy, or even something totally unique. We're covering it all. So basically, get ready for a whirlwind tour of the world's most romantic spots.
Sounds like a dream trip.
It really does. But, okay, we got to start somewhere. And where better than the city that practically invented romance?
Paris. I knew it.
Paris it is. I mean, you can't talk about love without picturing those charming cafes, cobblestone streets, and lovers strolling hand in hand along the Seine.
Right. It's like a movie set come to life.
Totally. But, okay, what is it about Paris that makes it so undeniably romantic? I mean, is it just the Eiffel Tower, or is there more to it?
Well, the Eiffel Tower definitely plays a role. It's a symbol of, aspiration, reaching for the sky, enduring love.
It's iconic. You see that silhouette and you instantly think romance.
Right, but I think it goes deeper than that. Our sources point to the city's history. Think of all the artists and writers who flocked to Paris, infusing the city with their creativity, with that certain je ne sais quoi.
Totally. It's like a creative energy that just permeates the air.
Exactly. And our sources actually call out some specific spots in Paris that have become almost sacred to lovers.
Like where?
Well, for one, Montmartre.
Montmartre, with its artistic legacy and that cute wall of love, all those declarations in every language imaginable. So sweet.
It really is. It's like physical proof that love transcends borders.
Absolutely. Oh, and we can't forget about the Pont des Arts Bridge.
Ah, yes, the Bridge of Lovelocks.
Even though the Lovelocks are gone now, that image of all those couples locking in their love, it's still so powerful.
It is. Or maybe a little too powerful for the bridge itself in the end. But, it makes you think about that human need to, make a mark, to leave a piece of your love story behind in a place as special as Paris.
It's like we were here and we loved.
Exactly. But, for those who might be looking for a bit more, shall we say, intimate Parisian experience.
Yes. Our source actually suggests a quiet evening on Ile Saint-Louis, away from the crowds.
Such a charming, peaceful little island. Or how about a visit to the hidden vineyard of Montmartre?
Wait, a hidden vineyard?
Yeah.
In the middle of Paris? That's incredible.
I know. Sipping wine, tucked away amongst the vines.
Huh.
Pure romance.
See, Paris has a little something for everyone, right?
Definitely. But enough about Paris for now. We've got a whole world of love to discover.
Okay, so next up, we're swapping those charming cafes and cobblestones for canals.
Canals, does that mean?
You guessed it. We're off to Venice.
Oh, Venice. That city seems to float on romance. Those canals, gondolas, the sunsets over St. Mark's Basilica. Pure magic.
It really is. Our source even says that the unique layout of Venice actually encourages a sense of intimacy. Like the city itself is designed for romance.
I can see that. No cars, just those narrow streets and waterways.
Exactly. You're forced to slow down,
Yeah.
to connect with your surroundings, to be present with the person you're with.
No distractions, just you, your loved one, and the beauty of Venice. It's perfect.
And then picture this. You're drifting along a canal in a gondola, the gentle rocking of the water, the soft sounds of the city.
It's a scene straight out of a classic love story.
Oh, and get this. Our source mentioned serenading gondoliers.
Oh, how charming. I can practically hear the music now.
Yeah, it's like something out of a dream. But, even in a city as magical as Venice,
Crowds can happen.
they do, especially in those iconic spots.
Which is why a little insider tip can come in handy.
Totally. And our sources got us covered. They suggest checking out the Dorsoduro district.
Dorsoduro. Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
It's supposed to be less crowded, but still have that authentic Venetian charm. A chance to, soak in the beauty without all the hustle and bustle.
That sounds perfect. A little hidden gem.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds us that even in the most popular destinations, there are still those quiet corners waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. And for those who really want to get away from it all, our source suggests a day trip to Burano. Have you heard of it?
Oh, Burano. I haven't been, but I've seen pictures, those brightly colored buildings. Almost unreal.
Right. It's like a photographer's paradise. And, definitely a unique setting for a romantic getaway.
I can imagine strolling hand in hand through those colorful streets, sharing gelato. What a visual feast. Okay, so we've explored the classic romance of Paris, the enchanting intimacy of Venice. Where to next?
Well, for our next stop, we're going to experience a different kind of romantic energy altogether. We're heading to Kyoto, Japan.
Kyoto. Now that's an intriguing twist.
It is. Our source describes Kyoto as offering a subtler, more contemplative kind of romance, one that's intertwined with nature, tradition, and a deep appreciation for beauty.
It's a shift from the grand gestures we've seen so far towards something more introspective, more shared.
You got it. Think peaceful gardens, ancient temples, and cherry blossoms in full bloom.
Ah, cherry blossoms. So delicate, so beautiful, so fleeting. It's like a reminder to cherish the present moment.
It is, and you know what? Our source even suggests visiting during cherry blossom season in April for the ultimate romantic experience. It's supposed to be magical.
I bet it is. To witness that spectacle with someone special, it would be unforgettable. But it's not just about the visuals in Kyoto, right? There's a whole other layer to the romantic experience there.
Totally. The source also highlights the traditional Japanese tea ceremony. Have you ever experienced one?
I haven't, but I've always been fascinated by it. It's all about ritual, mindfulness, creating a sense of harmony.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful way to connect with your partner, to be fully present in the moment, to share a piece of Japanese culture together. It's a far cry from a gondola ride or a Parisian stroll, but in its own way, it's incredibly romantic.
It speaks to the diversity of romance, doesn't it? Love can bloom in the quietest moments in the most unexpected places.
So true. But okay, I think it's time to heat things up a bit. Are you ready for some passionate romance?
Brain on.
All right, next stop, Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Buenos Aires, the city of tango. Oh, this is going to be good.
It is. Get ready for a city that pulsates with energy, emotion, and that undeniable connection between two souls on the dance floor.
Tango isn't just a dance in Buenos Aires, it's a way of life, a cultural phenomenon.
You got it. Our source paints such a vivid picture. Imagine yourself dancing tango in the open plazas of San Telmo, feeling that connection with your partner.
The music swirling around you, the energy, it's just electric.
And you know what? Our source actually has a couple of pro tips for experiencing the romantic side of Buenos Aires.
Oh, lay 'em on me.
First up, a private tango lesson. Imagine learning the steps together, feeling that connection as you move and sync.
It's like stepping outside your comfort zone, learning something new as a couple, creating a memory that will last. And, tango isn't just about the steps. It's about the emotion, the storytelling, that unspoken conversation between two people moving as one.
It's about that undeniable chemistry.
Exactly. Okay, what's the second pro tip?
All right, this one's for those who maybe prefer a slightly more relaxed romantic setting. The source suggests a visit to Puerto Madero at night. Have you ever been?
Puerto Madero. I haven't, but I've heard it's quite different from the historic vibe of San Telmo. More modern architecture, city lights reflecting on the water.
It's supposed to be stunning. And the perfect backdrop for a romantic evening stroll or a candlelit dinner by the water.
It sounds magical. So let me get this straight. We've covered the classic romance of Paris, the intimate charm of Venice, the serene tranquility of Kyoto, and the passionate fire of Buenos Aires.
And we're just getting started.
Wow, there's so much more to explore.
There is. But before we dive into a few more romantic hotspots, we want to hear from you. What's resonating with you so far? What kind of romantic experience are you drawn to? Keep those thoughts in mind, because we'll be back in a moment to continue our exploration.
Welcome back to our romantic deep dive. We've just scratched the surface of Paris, Venice, Kyoto, and Buenos Aires.
Each offering its own unique take on love.
But now let's go a little deeper. What is it about these cities that makes them so special for couples?
Yeah, let's uncover some of those, hidden layers of romance.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Well, we started with Paris, so why don't we go back there for a moment?
Okay, back to the City of Lights.
Paris has been romanticized for, centuries. But what is it really that captures people's hearts? Is it really just the Eiffel Tower and cute cafes?
I mean, those are great, but there's definitely something more. Our sources talk about the incredible artistic and literary history of the city. Think about those impressionist painters. They captured the beauty of Parisian life, the everyday moments. And then you have all the writers who set their passionate love stories against the backdrop of the city.
It's true. Paris is like a character in so many of our favorite love stories.
Exactly. Those stories, those paintings, they've become part of how we understand romance. They've shaped our dreams, our expectations.
It's like Paris holds a key to this, Secret Garden of Romantic Possibilities.
Oh, I like that. A secret garden of romance.
Okay, but speaking of secret gardens, let's revisit Venice for a second. We talked about the canals, the gondolas.
The sunsets, the magic.
But what about those, like, deeper layers of romance that Venice offers?
Venice is a city that really encourages intimacy. Would you agree?
Intimacy? How so?
Intimacy with your surroundings and with your partner. The lack of cars, the narrow streets, the quiet squares, it all forces you to slow down and connect, to be present.
It's like Venice whispers, forget the outside world. Focus on each other.
Let yourselves get lost in this beauty.
Oh, I love that.
And that magic, it's everywhere. You hear the water lapping against the gondolas, the sound of footsteps on the bridges, maybe some music drifting from a courtyard.
It's like a sensory symphony.
Exactly. Venice appeals to all your senses. It creates an experience that strengthens your connection, makes emotions feel stronger.
Okay, I'm feeling relaxed just thinking about it. But now let's shift gears. Let's embrace the tranquil romance of Kyoto.
Kyoto.
You talked about the peaceful gardens, the temples, the cherry
The
blossom.
serenity.
But what is it about Kyoto that cultivates that special kind of intimacy?
I think it's the connection to nature, to tradition. And there's this feeling of spiritual harmony in Kyoto. You can really feel it.
So less about grand gestures, more about the shared moments of quiet appreciation.
Yeah, contemplation, beauty, finding peace with each other.
Our source suggested strolling through a moss garden, listening to the leaves, the birds. Or imagine sitting in a traditional tea room, sipping green tea.
Experiencing the ritual of the tea ceremony together.
Those experiences really deepen your connection, not just with each other, but with nature, and even with the spirit of Kyoto itself.
It's a reminder that romance can be found in stillness, in the quiet moments.
I'm feeling very zen right now, but okay, maybe it's time to inject some energy back into our deep dive.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Back to Buenos Aires.
Yes, back to the passion and rhythm,
The city that truly embraces all the emotions.
especially the passionate fire of love.
And what better way to express that than through tango? It's woven into the very fabric of Buenos Aires.
It's more than just a dance there.
It's a lifestyle.
A language, but spoken through the body. A conversation of movement and emotion between two people.
So imagine that embrace, the music, the energy of moving together as one.
Surrender, trust, vulnerability, all the elements of a passionate connection.
I've heard that to really understand Buenos Aires, you have to experience tango.
Absolutely. It's an experience beyond words. It speaks straight to the heart.
Okay, so we've covered the classic romance of Paris, the intimate charm of Venice, the serenity of Kyoto, and the passion of Buenos Aires.
Wow, what a journey so far.
But we're not done yet. Our trip through the most romantic cities continues.
Oh, there's more. Where are we off to next?
We're going off the beaten path to some lesser-known romantic gems. Get ready for some surprises.
Okay, lovebirds, we are back. We've covered some of the heavy hitters in the romance department. Paris, Venice, Kyoto, Buenos Aires.
Each one a classic for a reason.
Definitely. But now we are venturing off the beaten path a bit. Time to uncover some hidden romantic gems.
Hidden gems. Okay, color me intrigued. I love discovering new places.
You and me both. We're going to explore cities that offer their own, special spin on love and connection. Get ready for some surprises.
All right, lead the way. Where are we headed first?
First stop, Verona, Italy. Romeo and Juliet city. Verona. Ah, so romantic. It's like a pilgrimage for lovers.
It is. It's thanks to Shakespeare's play that Verona has become this, symbol of enduring love, even though it's a tragedy.
Right, star-crossed lovers and all that. But it's still so powerful. Imagine standing beneath Juliet's balcony, whispering sweet nothings.
Or leaving a message on those walls, hoping for a little of that romantic magic to rub off on you.
It's like the city itself is a love letter, a testament to the power of love, even in the face of tragedy.
It's true. Okay, but moving on from Shakespearean romance, our next stop is Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic.
Prague. I've heard it's beautiful.
It is. It's known for that medieval charm. Cobblestone streets, stunning bridges, and that castle. It's like something out of a fairy tale.
Oh, a fairy tale setting. That sounds perfect for a romantic getaway.
It really does. Imagine wandering those streets with your loved one, discovering hidden courtyards, maybe sealing a kiss under the moonlight.
It's like stepping back in time, and that architecture, it just adds to the enchantment.
It does. Those spires reaching towards the sky, the bridges across the Vltava River. It's easy to picture yourself in your own fairy tale romance.
Okay, so we've had Shakespearean romance in Verona, fairy tale vibes in Prague. What's next?
All right, for our last stop, we're going across continents. We're heading to Istanbul, Turkey.
Istanbul. That's a city I've always wanted to visit. It's where East meets West, right?
Exactly. And it offers such a unique blend of history, art, and culture. Imagine sharing Turkish coffee with your loved one as you gaze out at the Bosphorus Strait.
The views must be incredible.
They are. And everywhere you go, you feel the history. Ancient mosques, bustling bazaars, Topkapi Palace. It's a city that's both ancient and modern, like a living tapestry.
It sounds amazing. So much to see and experience.
There is. And that mix of old and new just creates such a vibrant backdrop for a romantic adventure.
I can imagine. Okay, so we've explored some amazing places, but now for the big question. Which city is the city of love?
Right, it's decision time. Is it Paris, with its undeniable elegance and artistic heart? Or Venice, with its intimate canals and charming atmosphere?
Or maybe Kyoto, where you can find a different kind of intimacy, surrounded by nature and serenity.
Or could it be fiery Buenos Aires, where tango ignites the soul?
Don't forget about our hidden gems, Verona with its Shakespearean romance, Prague with its fairy tale charm, and Istanbul with its blend of cultures. So many choices.
You know, and after this deep dive, I'm starting to think that the city of love isn't really about a specific place.
What do you mean?
It's more of a feeling, you know? It's those moments, those experiences that create a haven for love.
Those stolen glances, the laughter, the shared adventures, that's the magic.
You got it. Creating your own love story, wherever you are.
Because romance is about the connection, not the location.
So true. So maybe the real question is, what if the true city of love isn't a place you visit, but a feeling you cultivate?
A feeling that can bloom anywhere, anytime, with the right person. It's all about opening your heart to love's possibilities.
Exactly. And with that, we come to the end of our romantic deep dive. We hope you enjoyed exploring these amazing cities with us, and hopefully we've inspired you to create your own unforgettable love stories.
Remember, love is a journey, not just a destination.
So go out there, embrace the adventure, and let love be your guide. Thanks for joining us.